sevdalı, milletine hizmetkar lider, Cumhurbaşkanımız, Başkomutanımız Recep Tayyip Erdoğan.
3 seslenme 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 ses 1 2 3 4 5 6.
Aziz Ankaralılar, AK Parti Ankara İl Teşkilatı
Valuable people of Ankara, esteemed members of AK Party Ankara provincial organization, distinguished friends at cause, esteemed ladies and gentlemen, my dear brothers and sisters, I would like to greet you all wholeheartedly and with love and respect. From here, I send my greetings to all brothers and sisters in all districts, neighborhoods, and houses of Ankara. And I hope that the extended meeting of AK Party's Ankara Provincial Advisory Council will be auspicious for our city, for our country, and for our great nation. I pray to God for it, and I am thankful to God, for He has blessed me with friends at cause, such as all of you. From its foundation on to this very day, AK Party Ankara organization, many brothers and sisters assumed roles in various ranks, and I would like to thank to them wholeheartedly. And I pray for the mercy of God on the souls of all those who passed away. You have been entrusted to us. This city has been entrusted to us by the Seljuks and Ottoman states, and you are the forebearers of the flag bearers of this great legacy. Ankara, which stood tall and continued with its role of administration, was honored with title of veteranship on July the 15th again, despite the tanks, aircrafts, bullets, and tanks that ran over people, attacked people. On that night, Ankara and Ankara's people resisted strongly against coup makers, and I once again would like to extend my gratitude to each and every one of you. Ankara is not only the capital of our state, but is at the same time a place where we can see all colors, riches, know-how, and hope of our country. And it is indeed the milestone of the bridge that we have established from the past into the future. And for that reason, Ankara has always been special, important, and critical as a space, as a place for us. And I am in love with you. Thankfully, From the very first day on, Ankara has embraced us, supported us, and stood next to us like great mountains.
ve kalkınma özlemlerini
The longings of
hayatlar
our
içinde
country
sonlandırmak
for
isteyen AK
democracy
Parti
and
kadrolarının
development, AK
öncü
Party
lokomotiflerinden biri
ranks
de
indeed assumed
Ankara Teşkilatı.
responsibilities, and one of the driving engines of this great role has been Ankara,
Ankara'daki varlığımızı,
AK Party Ankara
birliğimizi,
organization. Our unity,
gücümüzü,
our existence, our
kabiliyetimizi
power,
ne
skills,
kadar üst
and
düzeyde
capabilities in
tutarsak
Ankara.
tüm
The
Türkiye'deki
higher
hareketlenme
we keep all
alanımızda
of
o
these
derece genişler.
at levels, at their levels, the stronger we will be, and further we will expand.
Allah razı olsun. Ankara
May God bless you all. Our Ankara
geçtiğimiz yıl yaptığı
teams last year
83.600 yeni üye ve
uh,
toplamda ulaştığı 788.000 üye ile
has come to a figure of
toplamının kat ve kat
888,000
bir başarıya
members with their efforts, which have
bu yılın
brought
ilk iki
about
ayındaki üye sayısının
the outcome of including more than 89,000 new members.
işaret ediyor.
And the fact that there is an ever-growing figure indicates the rise we have. And hopefully in 2023, Ankara will be owning up to the ballot boxes and with the AK Party votes, and also the votes to be cast for People Alliance favor, Ankara will do what befits to it.
Sevgili gençler,
Dear youth, I understand you,
sizleri biliyorum. Milli
and I know
mücadelede
you. In national independence struggle,
şu dizeler dökülüyordu.
we heard from the lips of the people of Ankara those very lines.
Ankara'nın taşına bak.
Look at the stones
Gözlerimin
of
yaşına
Ankara
bak.
and the tears in my eyes.
Düşmanı esir ettik.
We have captivated the enemy,
İçine bak.
and look what fate has done for us.
İnşallah 2023'te
And hopefully in 2023, the streets of this
ve sevinçle parlayan
city will be full of people who have that shine in their eyes and the hopes
sloganlarıyla çınlayacak.
in their hearts. And this city will be roaring with the
Ana kademe, kadın kolları,
exciting, enthusiastic chantings of people. And that's why AK Party youth branches, women's branches, and main ranks will be spending all their days and nights on the streets, neighborhoods, districts of Ankara. And I ask you to embrace Ankara in a way which will not leave out even a single person.
öyle bir ses vermenizi
And now I want you to
ana kademe. Hazır mıyız? Kadın kolları
speak
hazır
out
mıyız?
so much so
Gençlik
that
kolları hazır mıyız?
everyone will hear you. Are we ready?
Maşallah.
Our main ranks, are we ready?
Ankara,
Our youth and women's branches.
kadar
MashaAllah, until the election day, Ankara relentlessly, with no pause, will be working day and night. Are we ready for that, Ankara? And Ankara, are we ready for the construction of a great and strong Turkey? Are we ready to go door to door? Ankara,
evlatlarımıza miras bırakacağımız 2053
to
vizyonu için gönüllere
leave to
kazanmaya
our
hazır mıyız?
next generations. For our 2023 vision, are we ready to win hearts? Ankara, are we ready to frustrate the people and also turn the dreams of such other people into nightmares? Those people who have been standing in the way of Turkey. And are we ready to frustrate all of those who want to disrupt Turkey's move and advancement in development and democracy? Are we ready for all these? MashaAllah.
Sizlerdeki bu azim,
As long as you have this perseverance, as long as you have this steadfastness, this unity and togetherness, God willingly, we will neither fall far from our cause, nor will anybody have the power to block us away
masa
on this
etrafında
path.
yer beğenmeyenlere milletim gereken yeri gösterecek.
My nation will show the due place to the people who did not favor the chair
Burada böyle bir sıkıntı var mı?
offered to them
Evelallah.
at the
Omuz
table.
omuza
Do we have such a problem here? No. Um,
kardeşlerim.
God willingly, we together are walking towards our bright futures. Looking at the history of our democracy, we see that since the single party fascism, the pendulum has been oscillating in between military coups and national will. The era when the national will has reigned uninterruptedly and in the strongest way has been our period. For many years, our nation suffered in the vicious circles and spirals of poverty, loss, and frustration. However, AK Party has built the otherwise, and AK Party indeed was founded by our nation.
İktidara millet
AK Party was brought to power by
AK Parti 20 yıldaki
our nation
15 seçimde
in the 15 elections to which AK Party has participated. AK Party has always emerged victorious, and our nation made AK Party triumph in the ballot boxes. AK Party's fight against tutelage, coup makers, and regional powers has always been successful thanks to our nation. With 81 million citizens and 83 cities, AK Party has always found its nation standing next to it and by it in all the achievements we have succeeded. Thanks be to God, you will walk and the nation will follow. However, we have walked with the nation. We have not walked with those renowned, some renowned circles. However, we walked with the nation itself.
vizyonunu miras bırakmak.
To leave our 2053 vision as a legacy to our youth and also to bring this cause to bear fruits, we will, God willingly, work with the support of our nation on our side.
Elhamdülillah. Gençliğimiz burada.
Thanks be to God, we have our youth here with us.
Diyorlar ki
And
AK Parti'de
they say,
yok.
some say that there's no youth
Siz
to be
varsa
found in AK
bulasınız.
Party. Here it is.
Gençlik burada.
The youth is here.
Ve evelallah AK gençlik
And AK
gür
youth
geleceğe yürüyor.
is
AK kadınlar
walking strongly
gür
towards
geleceğe
future.
yürüyor.
And the women of AK Party also walk to the
İktidarı tazelemeye
future
gidiyor Cumhur İttifakı olarak.
very strongly, roaringly. and AK Party is walking towards 2023 as and with a People's Alliance. As I have always reiterated, no member of AK Party can turn his back to our nation. None of them can be disconnected from the nation, and none of them can make calculations that does not put a nation to the very core. With this conscience of our cause and also the responsibility we are conscious about, we have many members of our ranks, our organization, with us, and we, with them, as you can see here in this room, have come to this day. There have been many people with whom we worked, with whom we achieved, many brothers and sisters with whom we indeed overcame many challenges. And I would like to thank to each and every one of them, with the main ranks, youth and women's branches, with the neighborhood or district representatives. We will all be prepared for the next elections, and I expect our members to show more efforts and harder work than ever before. Are we ready for this? MashaAllah. I would like to also state that you should always bear in mind that the gaining our nation will claim or the loss we might have will not be the people of AK Party, belong to the people of AK Party only. Those who we are going through a process where the decisions will be made which will affect everyone. Just like now, you can see the developments unfolding in between Ukraine and Russia and the position they have fallen to. We will be drawing lessons from these and will be marching on our path. My brothers and sisters, in front of Turkey, we have two paths to choose. One is to do with the efforts, sacrifices, and a great work over the past 20 years, which has brought our country to. In terms of politics, military, and economy, we are to crown our country's power by claiming a position among the top 10 of the world. This is the first path. Now, if you cannot fall in love with such a youth, what else, what else can you? May God protect each and every one of you against all evil eye. However, we will be very sensitive. And the second path is the political instability, social chaos, and economic depression of the 1990s and going back to that. If you pay attention, you will see that under the February 28th alliance roof, there were some who gathered and sat around the same table, and with their partners about the matters of our country, they have not made any proposal that is significant. For what and why? Because the aim of coming together is not to speed up our democracy, strengthen our economy, or expand our vision. The only thing that they are concerned about is to care for their own interests and practice the agenda given to them by some agencies, even if it is at the expense of the good of our nation. However, in politics, this is disrespect to a to national will, even a threat to the national will. This is how you can describe it. Since the past, Turkey has encountered such politics of imposing through military coups or tutelage. However, our nation at every chance threw away such projects to trash and has always owned up to the values, expectations, and goals and targets of our countries. We have always steered towards that. And hopefully, the project this time again will be buried into the ballot boxes again. Gezi incidents and also December 17, 2025 coup attempt against the law enforcement and judiciary with terror groups that piled up by our borders and also with economic traps. They could not succeed. However, they will not be achieving their goals again oh, with the January 22 alliance. They cannot and will not. This politics of a virus, this politics that is remotely controlled, will not be of help, and everyone, enemy, foe, or ally, everyone will see that Turkey cannot be governed with such politics. In no era of our lives, we have not avoided a competition. Even on the contrary, we have considered competition a fruitful path for the good of our nation. But how come a competition be possible in politics? In politics, you compete to do more. From hospitals to roads, from industry to foreign politics, many things have been done. However, smearing on them is not doing politics, but expressing the will of rootlessness. However, a rootless tree is only doomed to dry out and die. We have always held tightly on the values of our ancestry and what they have left us as legacy. Rather than what they do, they should be able to say they have built that many of dwelling houses or bridges or hospitals or roads. If they do that and say and appreciate what has been done, we will do even more. But have you heard anything as such from their lips? No, they can't speak such things. If they say, well, they have increased the national income by three folds, we will do it for five folds. And they have grown the country by 5% annually on average. However, we will be growing the country by 10%. And if they say, well, these people in power increase the employment rates to 30 million, we will do more. And if they could say they have ensured security by crushing the terrorists in their dens and also secured the country and the people and protected people's safety. If they say they could be able to could have been able to say such things, we would have done even more. However, what these people only speak is that they say they would destruct everything that AK Party has so far built. And they say now that they will give up on everything that AK Party has adorned the country with. But they have no shame. My dear brothers and sisters, Hopefully, March 18. On March 18th, we will be taking a step for Çanakkale, a bridge. But if they could, those people, they could even
Üçüncü
deconstruct
köprüyü yaptık.
this
İstanbul Boğazı'nda Yavuz Sultan Selim Köprüsü.
bridge,
Bana dediler ya.
demolish this
Camisi
bridge. They
yetkili
could,
mensupları bana dedi.
and we did build the third bridge on Istanbul
Bu
Strait,
millet sizi
and this
gömer, gömer.
CHP
Ne diyorsun?
mentality even said that they would demolish that. However, our nation will bury you under the ground. What is it that you would like to demolish?
Yapıyorlar mı?
And now they're going under the water through Marmaray
Avrasya Tüneli'ni
and
geçtik.
go across continents.
Biz oradan
Now
da
they're
geçiyoruz.
using it, and they are also using the Eurasia
Osman Gazi
Tunnel.
Köprüsü'nü yaptık.
And we
Bay
built
Kemal
Osman
Uzman'a
Gazi
beraber öyle
Bridge.
diyordu.
Mr. Kemal probably travels
Ama
to
biz
Izmir
kıskanmadık.
from
Varsın
over it.
gelsinler.
However,
Varsın gelsinler.
let them pass
Hak
across. We're not
verirse
jealous of it or
onun
have any
bilmezse
bad feelings.
Talip bilir diyerek yola
We
devam.
have been continuing on this path with the principle which is as follows: do something good and throw it into the sea. If the fish would not recognize, God will. So, no matter what these people do, you will see that they're vicious politics. For many years, they spent their time with fights and chaos, hustle and bustle, and miscalculations. But despite all the time which has lapsed, these people has not covered even an inch of road. So hopefully 2023 elections will be a year
Çarpıtmayla siyaset yapan partilerin ve kadroların devrinin
when the era of parties and ranks which have spent their times with lies and hypocrisy and manipulations and speculations come to an end.
kendi partileri
So far, within their own parties, they have had incidents of harassment, abuse, rape, corruption, theft, but they have tried insistingly to conceal all these. But God forbid, if possibly they come to the rule of the country tomorrow, they will be outrageous, and we would not even want to imagine that. Along with uninterruptedly continuing with its politics of service and great work, our party is also faced with such a threat. But with God's help and with our nation's support, our party and our city will be successfully passing the 2023 elections with God's help and will.
siyasetiyle
My dear brothers and sisters, with its economy, politics, military power, and social structure, Turkey is to be strong and is supposed to is and has to stay strong from our west to the east, from our north to the south. Considering what happens, anyone will recognize that necessity. No crisis or development or incident unfolding in our region is disconnected from Turkey, and this is an undeniable truth. In the past, there were some who used the gaps created by some weak administrations, used it for their own good. However, in our terms, they could not, and with the executive presidential system, that path has been fully closed to their faces with its infrastructure, economy, and military power. Turkey has been strong, and those who did make some countries collapse with some revolutions of colors also were frustrated, but despite that, they are still seeking after certain things. Even though the truth is out there for everyone to see, those who go after who go after some projects rather than a national alliance will be again frustrated. As you know, in the beginning of the previous year, we ourselves started a process for a new constitution. We asked for all parties, starting with CHP, to prepare their own drafts and open it to discussion under the roof of the parliament. However, it has been a year, but we have not heard a single word from CHP or other parties. However, we have prepared our own drafts and we waited. And now I hear that they have prepared certain things. And do you know what they have prepared? It's a paper of going back, and nothing new in it. They do repeat and do over and over again, time and time again, what they did in the past. And they cannot and have not been able to show a pioneering politics. This only is enough. The Syrian crisis, Libya crisis, Ukraine crisis, or Eastern Mediterranean crisis do emerge. And these people do still are in a fight to see which one of them will be sitting where, or which one of them will be walking ahead of the other. In the Caucasus, or in the Balkans, or in other parts of the world, crises do emerge. However, they are only engaged with issues such as who will be speaking for their party. In economy, in trade, industry, tourism, there are some maybe issues experienced, but these people do discuss who will be walking on the left or the right. On one side of our country, we see earthquakes. On the other side, we see floods or wildfires. These people still cannot make decisions, even to see who will be walking in front of the other and what their protocol rules or lines will be. Will there be such an understanding? No. We will be, however, working, and we have been working and spending our past 20 years to protect our country against such a disease. Now they want to rewind and go back to old times. But no. Just like our nation has held tightly on our great work and our services and our say in the region and in the world, our nation will not still allow the loss of anything we have claimed in democracy and advancement and development. Their own search for a balance within themselves are is what those people trying to palm off. However, to expose them is an obligation that falls on our shoulders as a responsibility. Those who are even falling short to understand the matters, the domestic matters, will already not be able to comprehend or grasp the international matters. Just like they do not have any significant proposal about the matters or small-scale matters of our country, they do not have any contact or any concrete proper work for the major problems. The programs they have prepared is void of vision, and at the center of their discussions, they only have the executive presidential system, and they could not even name their candidate to run for president for 2023 and after. And even they're unable to express the presidential administrative system of the country. In summary, if I am to express again, over the past 20 years, just like we solved every problem of Turkey over the past 20 years, we will again be the address where all the problems of the country will be resolved. If we don't have AK Party or People's Alliance in this country, the solutions or decisive administration, governing, or productivity will not be possible. As AK Party organization, what your responsibility is to explain all these to our people and reinforce the bridges we have in between our hearts. Are we now ready? Let all people from Ankara hear us. Let's now stand. Let's stand up all together. Are we ready?
tek millet,
One nation,
tek bayrak,
one flag,
tek vatan,
one homeland,
tek devlet.
one state.
Bir olacağız,
We will be one.
iri olacağız,
We will be strong.
diri olacağız,
We will be resilient.
kardeş olacağız.
We will be brothers and sisters. And all together we will be Turkey.
Kalın sağlıcakla diyorum.
Stay in health.
Hepinizi Allah'a emanet ediyorum.
May God protect you and bless you all. Thank you very much.